This morning on today's update, the man featured in the TLC documentary, The 650-Pound Virgin. We first met David Smith 3 years ago after he lost more than 400 pounds. But now, like millions of Americans, he is struggling with his weight once again. NBC's Janet Shamlian sat down with him for an exclusive interview.
It was a staggering weight loss. When David Smith was on Today in 2009, he had dropped more than 400 pounds. By his own description, the Phoenix man, who at one point tipped the scales at 650 pounds, went from dud to stud.
You confident you can keep the weight off now?
I sure hope so.
But it was easier said than done. This is David today. He has regained over 300 of the pounds he worked so very hard to lose.
David, we last saw you 3 years ago. You'd lost more than 400 pounds. You seem to be doing great. Were you?
I wasn't doing too well. I looked really good on the outside, but inside I was a terrible mess.
For a while, David kept up appearances. He made new friends, got a job as a personal trainer at a gym, and he even met his first and current girlfriend, Megan. David Smith had turned his life around, or so he thought.
At your thinnest, when you looked in the mirror, what did you see?
I saw somebody that didn't know who they were. All my life I was this monster in my head, and all of a sudden to be, this good-looking guy, it blew my mind away. I didn't know how to deal with it.
Despite several painful surgeries, he still had folds of excess skin. Unhappy with how he looked, David turned to alcohol and drugs for a while, and then turned back to food.
I'd eat in my car before I'd get home, or if everybody's out, I'd go and eat something really quick and then throw it away before they would come home.
You had to know that as you were tipping the scale the other way again, that with every bite you took, you were undoing so much hard work.
Yeah, it was tough. A lot of people were counting on me to be inspiring, and I didn't want to let anybody down, but I just felt so bad, and I didn't know how to cope.
But he couldn't hide his appearance. David was quickly regressing into the man he thought he'd left behind.
I've gained more than 250 pounds in 2 years. And with all that extra weight so quickly added to my body, I don't know how I'm still living right now.
It sounds life-threatening.
It is. It really is. And the way I'm going, I'm not going to live for too much longer.
Is that what you think?
When your body's making a turn for the worse, and I felt it before when I was 650 pounds. And, I'm feeling it again at 500.
Embarrassed by what happened, David, for the most part, disappeared from view. He lost his job, and his close friendship with his trainer, Chris, was frayed. David says he even considered taking his own life. He does still have Megan, but he fears losing her, too.
Her support means the world to me. I love her so much, and I know I put her through a lot. But she stayed by my side through everything.
After hitting rock bottom at about 535 pounds, David says he has started anew. He's back in the gym and determined to lose all that weight all over again. He'll use the lessons learned from last time, along with something he didn't have last time, Megan.
He's really finally ready for it this time, so of course I'm going to be there. I mean, this is the moment I've been waiting for since he started gaining, for him to really want to be healthy again.
David knows he's not alone in regaining lost weight, and he realizes the road ahead is another long one. This time, though, he feels certain the change will be for good.
As much as you've worked on the outside, you have to work on the inside. And if your foundation isn't built up, you're just going to crumble down. And unfortunately, I fell down, but I know I could climb back up.
For Today, Janet Shamlian, NBC News, Phoenix.
And we are all definitely rooting for him. Janet, by the way, asked David what he wants for his future, and he said he's not a selfish person. He just wants a life.